Welcome to The Push. I'm
Yeah.
Steve Machine Curran.
And I am Kev, Big Daddy Allwood.
You keep fucking that up, man.
Oh, fuck it. I was going to say what number we're at. We're at number 48.
That's a 4 and a 8.
Episode 48.
How you doing?
I'm alright.
We're still socially isolated.
Yeah, we
Well,
are.
we've got the confessional.
Confession box.
George Pell's confession box.
Yeah, confession box. Right, so COVID, Corona.
I'm over it.
Yeah, look, restrictions are being lifted.
Went for a swim at the beach today. It's good.
Yeah, beaches back open. Two adults can visit another person's house, take their kids down, things like that.
Yeah.
As of yesterday, Australia had 6,765 cases with 93 deaths.
Okay.
And some states are now recording 0 new cases.
Well, Northern Territory is actually completely opened up as of next month, I think.
Right, next month.
May. Yeah, this month now.
It's the 2nd of May today.
Sure is. Yeah. No. So they're going. I think they're opening businesses, gyms.
There's about 3 states that are recording 0 new cases. New South Wales is down to single digits.
Yes.
It was actually 9 yesterday, but it was only like 5 the day before or something.
Yeah.
So, it seems to me that ScoMo, our PM, has actually handled this pretty well.
Well, a lot better than America.
You know, you've got to give them credit for that. They rolled in the restrictions in a staggered way, which was kind of, I think, acceptable to the public. And now they're beginning to unroll them, if you will,
Yes.
in a staggered way again. And hopefully we'll have bars and cafes and stuff open soon, which those businesses have been crippled.
And gyms.
And gyms, of course, yes. Did you know, you might not know this, that a secret Department of Justice task force, that's seriously what it is, Department of Justice secret task force has been set up to work out how they are going to reopen the casinos and pubs and so forth. Did you know this?
No, I didn't know that.
They're hoping for late July.
Yeah, I
Just
don't know.
it's the beginning of May. It's still like 3 months from now.
Why do they need a task force to investigate it?
Apparently this task force has happened before and they've brought it back into... They've got experts from casinos and stuff.
Right.
There's a bunch of people on the task force. They what I read this morning was that they are proposing that when bars open, there will be no bar service. You won't be able to go and queue up at the bar to order your drinks.
Right.
People will have to sit social distanced away from each other at tables in the bar area
And get served.
and get served table service
Okay.
rather than bar service. There'll be no dancing space in front of live bands, like no mosh pits, and with like the gambling, the poker machines, they're going to be probably turning off every second machine
Okay.
to space people apart.
Wow.
No big groups, no children's play areas. Some pubs have a kids play area.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Who's taking your kids to the pub and then putting them in a play area?
Yeah, well, I've taken them
For
kids
dinner,
to the pub.
if you go for
dinner, and it's like, there's a kids menu, and then they have a section that the kids can go and
But
play.
surely, if you're a serious pub goer and you're
No,
on
you
pokies, no, let me finish. That's what your car's for. You leave the kids in the car and
yeah, windows up.
That's right. I think that's only if you're Asian.
Yeah, I don't know what they do. They're probably in there.
They do.
gambling
No,
as
that's
well.
what happens at casinos. That seems... Is that even worth going? So, is it worth even seeing a concert if you've got to sort of stand separately to people?
I don't know. That wasn't concerts. That was live bands, live music in pubs.
Okay. Same with the club. Like, so you're going to go to a nightclub and dance. The whole idea of going to a nightclub is to meet other people.
Yeah, you can't
Or
be
at least-
dancing. Like they're saying with this is like 1 person per 4 square meters.
Wow. So that's probably only like 5 people on a dance floor. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know how
the
they
maths better
do
than
that.
me.
I don't know how they do that. But ScoMo is
It'd
going
be hard to hit on people.
Pardon me.
Be hard to hit on people.
Hey, over there. No, not you. No, the other one.
Yeah. And there'd be no
No spiking anyone's drink.
no spiking anyone's drink. No getting a blowjob in the toilet. No,
Unless there's a glory hole like this.
unless it's like this.
Um,
Not that I'd be doing that sort of thing.
ScoMo is going to review all restrictions on May 8th, which is like a week from now.
Sure. Okay.
But he is pushing for everyone to jump on the COVID Safe app.
You done it?
No.
Yeah, it's
I'm not going to.
No, I haven't either.
Mate, like, I know this has been talked about by other people, but once they implement that shit, they're not going to take that away.
No. But don't you feel that, I guess, if the government wants to look at you, they've got the means to do that regardless. They just aren't doing it en masse. I haven't joined it either for the same reason.
That's right. One more thing. Some people on that task force, or some people like hotel chain owners and stuff, are considering not letting people into their venues unless they're on the app. And also doing temperature testing on entrance.
So I train a guy that works in a lot of very, very high-end accuracy measuring of devices for like the Defence Force and things like that.
Yes.
So there's high-end temperature gauges, gravity, weight. I guess gravity and weight is the same thing, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, high-level stuff. He says those skin temperature thermometers are absolutely useless.
Really?
Because your skin temperature, you go for a walk, and your skin on the outer layer is going to heat up. It has nothing to do with your core body temperature. So it's a pretty hit and miss way of gauging people whether they're sick or not.
Well, I went to the doctor. I took Ace, my 1.5-year-old, to the doctor. I had to take him to get some jabs.
Yes. Didn't enjoy it.
Which I really didn't enjoy. Anyway, the doctor took his temperature with a skin thing she held to his forehead, an inch away from his forehead. Didn't touch him.
No.
Took the temperature like 8 times in the space of about 3 minutes.
Got 8 different readings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All within 1 degree of each other, but they were all different. Like there was, what was it, 36.5, 37, 36.8, 37.1. There was like, it was close, but it wasn't consistent.
I think if I was to be PM, and I think, if you were my like vice premier, was it vice president?
I don't know. There's no presidents here.
What do we have? We have a premier?
Second in charge.
What's the headmaster called? Headmaster. Fucking hell. Must have been a hard workout we did. Anyway, if I was running the country and we needed thermometers, obviously the only way to go is anal thermometers. And you can have them throughout the city. So like
just back onto it when you check your temperature.
You read my mind. So there's a light where you have, how you don't press the button anymore on the
traffic lights.
Instead, you have like a probe. So if you want to cross the road, you back up to the traffic light.
The temperature probe. Yeah. Okay.
Get the green man and get your temperature.
So each time the probe pops out, it automatically is sleeved with a
disposable condom.
Yeah, a miniature one like the ones you use, and. So it's ready for probing, and then once it goes back into the machine,
it retracts
with
the information
and puts this new one on the next.
Yes,
person.
and you only get a green man on the crossing if your temperature's all right.
I like the way you're thinking. That the same thing could be implemented at pubs before you go in.
That's right.
So there's the security guy that waves you down with a wand.
Yes,
and he says, "Just move over to this booth here."
Yes,
and you back into it.
Yes. Why hasn't someone thought of that before? It seems obvious to me.
Yeah. And that's a true internal temperature reading.
You can't get much more accurate than that.
That's right. How often do you take your own temperature like that?
What time is it?
Every hour on the hour.
Well, you've got to keep a track of how you're going.
In fact,
I actually just wear a permanent one.
There's probably scope.
Some would call it a butt plug.
There's probably scope for a new job out there, which you could fill that job, taking other people's temperatures.
Yeah.
With the myriad of thermometers sizes that you currently possess at different rooms in your house.
Yeah, that's what they are, thermometers.
Yeah.
That's what I told Bianca when she found them. Big bag of them. What are they, Daddy?
Speaking of those. Did you know that Amazon's sex toy sales have doubled?
No. Did you buy most of them?
No, I thought you must have bought most of them.
Is that true, is it?
Yeah, since the Corona thing.
Well, there's nothing else to do, is there?
No, not really. There's probably going to be a wave of baby boom type, a surge in births 9 months from now.
What are we? We're Gen X, aren't we?
Yeah, baby boomers are the ones who were born
Yeah.
after World War II.
So
in
there'd be Gen X babies.
in the late
Oh,
40s
probably,
and
well,
50s.
millennials really, because we're not really baby. Oh, present company expected. Most accepted. Most of us aren't making babies anymore, except for the big daddy.
Yeah, I just keep serving them up.
Yes.
Got a new baby due. I say this nearly every year. Got a new baby due in 3 months.
You have.
May, June, 2.5 months.
Are you working? You're working on names at the moment.
Working on names. I'm not going to give any names
Oh,
away
okay.
unless in case they get stolen.
Yeah, good point.
Mhm.
Good idea. Just avoid those. Yeah.
I do like alliteration though.
What does that mean?
Same letter, starting with the same letter.
I think that's good. Yeah. And if they become alcoholics, it's easier for them to go to a meeting.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. How are you going with your supplies now? Do you find when you're grocery shopping, you can get everything you need?
Yeah, actually, pasta's back.
Mm.
And they're having,
Toilet paper's back?
They're having, like shipments of toilet paper come in. But how overpriced is it?
Yes.
You got to pay $1 a roll now, roughly.
It's ridiculous.
It used to be less than 50 cents a roll when you buy a big packet of 24 or whatever. You could get you could get it for about 40 cents a roll. It's seriously $1 a roll now.
Gabriella and I went for a run down the beaches today, and then we went for a swim. On the way back, Bianca wanted some toast, so Gab thought, I'll buy some nice sourdough
Yum. Yep.
bread,
Yep.
artisan sourdough bread.
Grainy
Which is
shit.
bunch of bullshit if you ask me. But
No, I love that shit.
yeah, but you know how much you pay for the loaf?
$6 or $7.
$10.
Oh wow.
So I was gonna. She got back in the car and told me. I said, "Give me the loaf. I'm taking it back." I was gonna take it back.
But was it good?
I know I didn't eat it. The sourdough bread. Like, how good can it be?
It's pretty good, man. Like I'm on day 5 now.
Yes.
Of my clean diet. I haven't started missing bread yet, but
Okay.
there will come a time
Yeah.
when the thought of a nice piece of bread toasted, or maybe not toasted but with butter on it, it will be.
Don't you find? I find soft,
it'll be
freshly
very-
baked white bread.
You like white bread? I don't
Yeah.
eat white bread, man.
I don't either. But the stuff that turns to like
Sludge.
clad glue in your bowel,
Yeah.
and basically starts bringing on that early bowel cancer. That's what I like.
Is that what white bread does? Is it?
I don't know. It can't be good for it. Basically, it just turns to sludge, doesn't
You
it?
know, when Arnold wrote his Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, I think it was
I don't think
1980.
he wrote it, but yeah,
Well, he put his name on
put
it.
his name on it.
I think he wrote a fair bit of it. Anyway, he, in that, back then, which was 40 years ago, coined the phrase white death for
Did he?
white sugar and white flour.
Yeah. Okay.
White
Ahead of
sugar
his time.
and white flour are white death. That's what he said. That was 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And everyone's been smashing the fucking bread and pasta for the last 35 years, right? Until recently, when people have had the war on carbs.
That's right. Now there's a war on carbs, war on sugar. Well, there's a war on everything now, except plant food.
Yes.
We discussed last year about that ridiculous movie, Game Changers.
Yes.
I was going to get back to shopping because I bought this bread for Bianca. If we run out of stuff normally, we've got a Woolworths very close to us.
Yeah.
But if that's closed, it's still late at night. On the corner, I don't know if you noticed, the corner near the roundabout there is literally the worst corner store ever made in the whole world. It's the shittiest corner store ever.
Right.
So it's like literally about as big as this area.
Yes.
It opens. It's open for about an hour a day,
That's it, really?
and all the stock is either out of date or it's stuff that's been bought from Woolworths or something and says on it not for individual sale.
Right.
And they sell it as individual sale.
Right, yeah. Okay.
And everything costs basically whatever is in your bank account you just take. So if you buy like a Mars bar, it's like $1,000 at least.
But, no, okay. So really, though, they're like $3. Is that what you mean?
No, $5.
Really?
Ridiculous. I bought 2 bottles of Pepsi Max, and it was $10.
No.
Yeah, man.
Big bottles.
Yeah, like $9.95 or something.
Oh, my God.
So I'm so resentful.
Why'd you go there?
Because it was I could just walk there. It
You got shafted. You can just walk to the other one.
was closed. The Woolworths.
Yeah.
It's closed.
Oh. Or was it late at night or something?
Yeah.
Well, obviously the corner store isn't open for that restricted hours.
No, it is actually. It's just.
It opens at 11 o'clock at night.
I'm so resentful every time I go in there.
Oh yeah, I would, you know, if that was me and I got charged $10 for that, I would refuse to enter ever.
Well, that's
again.
what I do that, but I do that. I've banned myself from a number of places.
Is there a petrol station you can get a...
Yeah, further up the road. That's actually funny you should mention that, because pretty much I can't. There's very few, say, public pools I can go to. Not just because of criminal charges that I have, but joking. But also because if you found that in public pools, the shops are always ridiculously overpriced.
It's like airport food
Yes.
used to be. It's
not like that now. When they'd be like, and because they've got a monopoly.
I know.
And the
a bottle
staff...
of water's like $5 or something. It's ridiculous. I know.
The staff
I
of those
don't
shops...
buy stuff from those shops.
No, I refuse to. But when you've got Bianca and Gabriella, they'll line up. Okay, case in point, it's called I'm going to name and shame.
You know
Sea Salt Cafe restaurant at Clovelly, right?
Don't know it.
It's the only cafe at Clovelly. It's on this thing yet, right?
Yeah.
The staff are all cunts. They're all angry and sad, right? The kiosk is ridiculously overpriced. Even when it's a public holiday and it's a beautiful sunny day, and they know they're going to get smashed by customers, they won't put on any extra stuff. There'll be lines and lines of people. And I've never seen someone who works there that isn't miserable and rude. So boycott Sea Salt.
Okay.
Rant over.
You've reminded me, another place that overprices massively is hospitals.
Yes.
I've been in hospitals a few times, being an expectant father. And, you know, there was one particular time where the mother of my child was demanding a Pepsi Max can, right? And I went down to the cafe, and it was like $4 or something for one can.
Yeah.
And I refused to buy it on principle that I could get the same can
for $2.
Ooh, for fucking
$1.50.
50 cents if you buy a packet of them
Yes.
at the supermarket. And I didn't give her can of Pepsi Max until about 3 hours later, when I had actually gone home and gotten one out of the fridge. Which cost me less than $1.
Yes,
I get the principle of it.
No, but given that she was in labour and probably really... Do you think that was a bit self-centred?
She was very upset with me.
Yeah.
Angry, in fact.
Yes, I can imagine why. Then again, you're not usually going to hospitals for bargains on food, are you? Like, it's not your first thought, is it?
No. The pricing was ridiculous, though. It was really...
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Okay, speaking of... you said when you bought that stuff from the corner store, it was like they strip your bank account.
Yeah.
We sometimes talk about pros and cons of COVID, Corona bullshit. One thing that's happened recently is, have you heard of ME Bank? ME Bank, which actually stands for Members Equity Bank.
I've seen ads. They've been a lot of marketing lately.
Yeah, they were set up in '94 to try and be a competitor to the main four banks. Right. And they currently have they do mainly home loans, and they have $26 billion home loan portfolio, which is 2% of the market.
Okay.
They're a boutique bank. That's what they're called. They removed funds from customers' redraw accounts on their home loans to cover mortgages that weren't being paid.
Really?
Without telling them.
Wow.
So you know how you have your mortgage account? Sure. And if you pay extra, that goes into a redraw account that you're supposed to be able to access any time.
If you need to, yeah.
If you need excess funds.
Sure, but it sits on the mortgage.
When I had a mortgage, I had $1,000 in that redraw thing, and if I needed it, it was there, right?
But if not,
they took between 10 and 50% of people's redraw to pay off mortgage payments that people
were missing because of it.
Without telling their customers.
Wow.
That's pretty fucked.
And then assumed they could give it back later or something?
Oh no, there was no mention about that. People are just outraged.
I think people have lost their money.
Yeah. Well, it's paid off their mortgages. They didn't just take it. They paid off payments that were...
I see. So, they weren't giving it to other people's mortgages. I thought they were giving it to other people's mortgages.
No,
that would be ridiculous. So I understand. I understand now. Yeah.
So you're behind on your mortgage, but you had money in your redraw account. The bank just took it to make the payment.
I thought they took it to make other people's payments.
Why would they do that?
Because I don't know.
Even doing that would be ridiculous. But what they have done is
still illegal. Cool. Yeah.
It's not cool.
No. Get your mortgage paid off quicker though.
Yeah. Okay. Another con, which is also actually a bit of a con, the government JobKeeper scheme, which they're putting $130 billion into for businesses to pay their employees to keep them on the books while they're not working.
Yep.
It was promoted as a $1,500 per fortnight payment.
Yes.
It's actually only about $1,100 that people get because they take tax out of that.
Yeah, okay.
So they don't get $1,500 at all.
No. Well, yeah, I think you can get $1,500.
Stop announcing.
And then opt to pay the tax later, which would just come back to fuck you later, I guess. Something like that.
It's a bit misleading. You're expecting $750 a week, and you're getting $500 a week.
Yeah.
A positive though, there are apparently plenty of deals on buying cars at the moment. Low prices for cars, and also low rent on rentals.
Yeah, especially Holdens.
You can negotiate, especially what?
Pick up a cheap Holden.
Can you?
Or they're finished.
Oh.
So you literally can get a half-price Holden, brand new half-price Holden.
Can you really?
Yeah.
Right. Rental agreements too, people can negotiate and get cheaper rent for their houses. But there has not been a drop in house prices.
No.
As what people thought would happen.
No, that's a good thing. I think Sydney's... People always go up and down about the market, but it's not really going anywhere.
No, it's not. Not in the city. Not in Sydney City.
I agree.
There's there have been an increase in online COVID-based scams. Have you seen any? Have you had any emails or?
No, but I've heard about there's obviously a lot of social security fraud trying to happen.
Right. There's bank-based scams. People like trying to get your bank details.
Yeah.
Government people impersonating governments saying, "Give us your details because you're set for a payment," that sort of thing.
Yes.
You enter all your details. Want to give you the $750 payment.
Can you keep over your side of the partition?
What?
Could you keep over your side of the partition?
I'm on my side of the partition.
Your hand is diverting. Yeah, don't do that. I'll get the Rona.
You've probably already got it if I had it. Yeah, online shopping, vouchers, that sort of thing. It's all scams to get your details and try and get your bank account details. And what was it? Like, there's been hundreds of thousands of dollars have already been scammed from people in Australia. Yeah, fools falling for it.
Oh, I got a message from an Instagram account the other day where there's a couple of photos of this lady who had won. It was a check, and she'd won some lotto of like some insane amount, $300 million, right? And it was there was photos which seemed legitimate. I think the photos were actually legitimate. There's one with a big check, and there's all these crowds of people, 300 million. A couple of like a news, like a screenshot of a news article about it, TV shots, and then a message saying, "Oh, I'm such and such, the biggest American Lotto winner. I've picked you, I've nominated you to benefit from my charity and offering you $300,000."
Right.
And there was pictures of other people that supposedly benefited as well, saying, "Thanks such and such for my $300,000."
Oh, wow, you're a lucky winner.
I know. So I messaged her saying, "Gee, thanks. It sounds so good. It sounds too good to be true. Let me know more." And she said, "Are you willing to do whatever it takes?" It's just, and I let it go for a while.
But of course, you would be willing to do whatever it takes.
Yeah, $300,000
sounds like a normal day in your life.
Yes, don't get paid that much.
So what was the end result of that?
I just peed it off. I said, "Oh, look, tell me more." And I think she maybe realised that I was being sarcastic.
Right.
But it didn't. Nothing ever. I was waiting for the foot to come down and then say, "Well, just give us your bank account details and your ID," or something of that nature.
Yes, which is.
And we'll send you that account straight away, just after we strip your bank account or copy your ID. Yeah.
I meant to bring this up on the last podcast, but I forgot. We ran out of time.
That drink.
Did you hear about the death of the 4 cops in Victoria?
It's terrible.
Did you hear this? You know the story behind it?
That the guy filmed them dying while dying.
Well, yeah. So
he's a scumbag.
The name is Richard Pusey.
Right? Do you know him?
No. He's a millionaire mortgage broker.
Oh, he's actually a millionaire.
Yeah.
But he's a crim as well.
He was driving a blue Porsche
With a crack pipe in the glove box.
and he was clocked at doing 149 kilometers per hour.
Yes.
2 cops pulled him over.
Right. He was... Sorry, you go.
Yeah, he ended up testing positive for meth and cannabis.
Yes.
But they pulled him over and I think he had a history, so they called for backup.
Yeah, because he had assault charges before.
Right. Another cop car turned up, so now there was two cop cars, 4 cops.
3 men and 1 woman.
Yeah, and while he was ducking over to the bushes to take a piss,
That's when they got hit.
truck fucking veered off and fucking smashed into them, killing all 4 police.
See, I was wondering. Well, hang on one second. I was wondering how he was not involved in.
He was taking a leak.
Really? They let him take a leak.
He took a leak. He had to take a leak.
Fucking hell.
And hey, there's more to the story though. So they got mown down by this truck.
Yes.
It was a chicken truck.
Yeah.
And he, as you said, he took photos and filmed the scene afterwards.
Yes.
Cops dying, or one of them was still alive and dying.
taunted them while they were dying.
And what?
He taunted them while they were dying.
Apparently, he said, I'm going to quote, he said into the video that he took of them dying,
Yeah.
"There you go. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. All I wanted was to go home and have my sushi, and now you've fucked my fucking car."
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he took off.
Yeah.
And he posted some of his photos on Facebook afterwards.
Online.
And he's since been charged with 9 offences.
So the body cams that the coppers were wearing as they were dying filmed him filming them.
Oh, really?
And I think it was the woman was pleading for help, and he just ignored her. He was laughing at her. Horrific.
Yeah, it is that's insane. 9 charges.
I mean, he was high as fuck, and I guess, I'm not excusing any of his behaviour because it's just horrific what's happened, but I mean, he didn't dodge a bullet, he dodged a fucking semi. And
Yes.
yeah, it's just one of my clients knows that piece of highway and says it's really tight to be parking a fucking car, 3 cars on that shoulder there.
Was there an on or off ramp or something?
No, it's like it's just like a
Regular bit of highway.
breakdown lane,
Okay.
but it's really small.
Right.
And I see that all the time. Coppers pulling over, and usually what the cop car will do will park
Partly in the lane.
Yes.
Their cars were fucking smashed, like total.
Yeah. So what's the story with the truck driver? Do you know anything about him?
He's been charged with
Was he under the influence or anything?
no, apparently not. 4 charges of
Reckless driving.
something like that. It's not
Serious.
Not what's under murder? What's that?
Manslaughter.
It's not manslaughter or anything like that.
I really think that police have to look at how they pull people over in those situations,
Yeah.
because that shit happens, man. That happens a lot. It's the same with people pulling over to help people that are broken down. That happens a lot as well.
They must have been very closely grouped together for the truck to hit all 4 of them. Fuck, man.
Well, it could have been in between the car or something. They were probably searching the car. One of them, they found a pipe. They were probably one of them was probably searching the car. I mean, because the first thing I thought was, how if they all got killed, how did the crim not get killed as well? He was taking a leak.
Yeah.
I'm amazed they let him take a leak unsupervised.
Oh, maybe there wasn't really a place for him to run away.
No, but
He's probably not going to run away from his blue Porsche, though, is he?
No, but I mean, he would have had an opportunity to probably dump any gear he had on him.
Oh, right.
Or maybe they'd already got that.
Maybe they had already searched him. Yeah. So yeah, possession of drugs was one of the charges.
So I don't know what channel it was. One of the trashy commercial TV channels showed footage of him from a few years ago that caught on camera of him abusing some patient that had cancer. It was terminal cancer, or he had cancer, and the guy's yelling at him in the camera, "I hope it metastasizes and kills you," or something like that.
Oh, he's made threats to government officials and things as well, with emails and stuff as well.
Sounds like a charmer.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, this is the other question I had. So I'm wondering, in jail, because obviously going to do time.
Yes.
Is he vilified or applauded?
Probably applauded, I'd say,
Yeah.
because he's linked to the death of 4 cops.
And he sort
And the crims and the police and the jail will be like, they'll be like, that's
karma.
4 less than now there's 4 less thanks to you or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
It's heavy, man. Really heavy.
Oh, his house has been vandalised and spray painted with dye written on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean,
Because I think the general public.
Oh, the general public
hate him.
Hate him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw in Victoria, they lit up Melbourne with blue lights to commemorate the 4 officers killed.
Right.
Like an amazing light show.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, you got to think about the families.
I know.
Terrible.
The domino effect of those 4 officers dying. Yeah,
but again, I think they've got to really assess how they pull people over. Getting people off the highway like that, it's fucking dangerous, man. Like, if you break down in the tunnel, for instance, there's signs saying, first thing they tell you is don't get out of your car.
Right.
I broke down on the Bondi Express overpass.
Yes.
It's 80.
Cahill Expressway.
No, not Cahill. That's the one near the Sydney Harbour. Bondi Junction goes across from Oxford Street to Bondi Junction. Anyway, it's a 4-lane highway each way.
Yes, I think that's part of the Cahill Express still, isn't it?
No. Anyway, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah,
right?
you know what you mean.
Okay, so when I had my old Jeep there, I broke down, and the first thing you got to ring. There's a number to ring. The first thing they tell you is don't get out of the car. And
right.
The coppers are doing that all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
You should follow them. Get them off the.
So why would you not get out? I mean, if someone's going to hit your car and smash it into you standing on the side of the road, I don't get it. What's the difference?
Okay, so normally that was a freak accident.
Yes.
Normally, it's usually people just getting clipped or car doors getting clipped as the cars go past.
Right.
That's a freak accident where the fucking truck's just ploughed into you.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you see what I mean? Like, just normally, if there's a car in front of you, people will stop and go around.
Right.
You don't want to be standing around the side of a car.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't be standing on the roadside unless you're a fuckwit, though.
Well, that's what cops do all the time.
I'm surprised more of them don't get mowed down.
Yeah. Heavy, nevertheless.
Yes. Heavy.
Yeah. What else you got?
You seen pictures of Elizabeth Hurley lately?
No, she's very old.
54.
Look good?
Looks great.
Really? Bit skinny and white. Has she been training or something?
No, she just looks great for 54.
Oh, okay.
I can show you a photo.
Mm.
She doesn't look like she's aged over 30.
Right. I never thought that she was that hot, to be honest.
Yeah, she's probably not curvy enough for you.
Yeah, she's alright. There's been a photo of J-Lo in a bikini. She did a selfie recently. Yeah, J-Lo is so much better.
Yeah, J-Lo's about that age too, 51 or something, isn't she?
Yes, and big old ass.
She does have a big chunky bum.
Elizabeth Hurley's, it's just going to be a flat pancake. Ironing board backside.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, maybe she's been doing squats.
She's squatting.
I saw a video of Mike Tyson hitting the bag.
Gone viral.
Hit the pads.
Everyone's seen it.
You saw it?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Seen it about 5 times on people's. I might share it myself.
Right. Yeah. I saw it this morning.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Still got it.
And you wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley.
No. Yeah, he
53.
fast, man. Fast.
Yeah, how much of that are you going to lose? You're going to maintain. You got to maintain, unless you crippled with arthritis or something. But he seems to be still pretty sort of. He's still got his brain working.
Still
properly.
powerful. Yeah, considering how much dope he smokes.
Dope isn't a hindrance to physical
Mental clarity.
Well, some could argue that.
I think it affects people differently. I don't know. But yeah, props to fucking Iron Mike. That was legit. I'm missing the fights, man. I'm missing the UFC.
Have you been watching the clips of highlights of different fights over the years?
Yeah, yeah.
Apparently in New Zealand too, they've been playing all these old, like, All Blacks rugby games on TV, like full coverage of old games from 2005.
Right.
You know, the final of this tournament and the game against South Africa, the game against Australia that was a nail biter or whatever. They've been playing a lot of that.
I'd rather paint that wall and watch it dry, to be honest.
Are
you a football fan? A Union fan?
I like to watch the All Blacks play.
You have to be, don't you?
Yeah, but other than that, I don't watch rugby league. I don't watch any other code.
Don't watch soccer.
No soccer, no American shit.
Oh, Americans, just not even. I don't know, what is it? It's got like 35,000 players on each team.
Yeah, it goes for fucking 3 hours.
Goes for a week. And
they stop and start all the time.
Stops and start.
Whole new team when it's.
And then they have a concert in the middle.
Huh?
And then they have a concert in the middle.
And there's a whole new team comes out when they're attacking or defending.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah, offense and defense team.
That's ridiculous.
It's just nonsense.
Yeah.
It's so specialised. Like each person has this one specific.
And the guy who runs out just to kick the ball, then runs back off
and gets paid like $1 million
for that kick.
Yeah. No pressure.
I know. A couple of Aussies have made it quite good in American football.
Yeah.
A couple haven't as well.
Yeah. It doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, not me either. It's nice to see a quarterback throw a ball spiraling through the air and someone catch it and get a touchdown. Actually, have you seen Any Given Sunday?
Great show.
Movie with Jamie Foxx.
And also, there's a great series which the boys probably still a bit too young, perhaps, but it's good. Is Friday Night Lights.
Oh, is that a current series?
No, it's 90s or 2000s.
Right.
Friday Night Lights. It's a great family episodic TV show
about football.
And it's more about the families and the trainers, and it's really good.
Right.
Friday Night Lights. I recommend it.
But it's still a bit mature for my boys.
There's some sexual themes and things like that. It's actually probably good age for them.
Yeah, their level of TV show is like Adam Sandler movies.
I think if you're happy with watching Adam Sandler, they can watch this.
Okay.
Adam Sandler's great.
He is great.
I love how he just keeps putting all his friends in the movies.
Yes.
It's good.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, very funny guy. Have you watched Precious Gems?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he acts well.
Heavy.
What a finish to that movie.
Oh. Yeah.
So
like
mouth drop open.
Spoiler alert.
Don't.
How sexy is that girl he's banging on the side of the one?
Oh.
That's sexy.
Yeah.
She gets his name tattooed on her butt.
Mm.
Not too pretty, but just slutty. I love that.
Yes.
You know, like not model, like that's what I'm talking about.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a scene where she's in lingerie. Yeah, anyway. Watch the movie if you haven't seen it.
Funny, isn't it funny when she's trying to, or the weekend, the singer of the weekend's trying to bang her.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. They rack up in the bathrooms.
Yeah, and Adam Sandler's character goes in and drags her out.
Yeah.
But she loves him. She's the mistress. But,
yes.
You know.
She's got his back.
It's that movie, man. The ending of that movie is devastating.
Great content, man.
Because of that high, and then there's.
But Netflix has amazing stuff now. That's a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Like I told you earlier, we watched Woody Harrelson and I've got a blank now. The guy from The Bodyguard.
Kevin Costner.
In a movie called The Highwaymen, which is those two guys.
Oh, I've seen the ad for that now.
Watch it.
I might watch it now on your recommendation.
It's a bit of a pot boiler, like slightly slow, but it's them tracking Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
And I just love watching Woody Harrelson. He's great. Everything he does is cool.
He is good.
So yeah, some great content on. Do you watch any free to air anymore? Did Jade make you watch Maths or anything like that?
She does watch that. I leave the room.
Yeah,
I leave the room.
I'd have to leave the country.
I leave the room and put my headphones on and listen to podcasts in another room.
Yeah,
And she's like, come and sit with me. I'm like, no, I'm not watching that
I
rubbish.
can't even. Yeah, I can't even.
What she does watch is a TV show called Pawn Stars. But P-A-W-N.
Yeah, any
Have you watched that? That's
yeah,
quite interesting.
I want to watch something that I'm going to, either a documentary that I'm going to gain some knowledge from, or if I want to watch entertainment like brain candy, I'll watch something like The Highwaymen, where it's actually great acting, great plot.
Yes.
I'm not going to spend my time watching
reality, anything.
Oh fuck. I felt like that a bit with Tiger King. Did you get into it? I watched a couple of episodes, but it's just like, well, these.
I watched it.
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, there's been one more episode has come out since that, which is like the main people being interviewed now that it's been on as a Netflix show.
Okay, is that interesting?
I haven't watched that one episode yet. I saw yesterday that it was up though as episode 8 of the series.
Would you recommend me persevering with it?
No.
No. Okay.
It's just more of the same. It's
that's all right.
It's it's just the same dickheads.
Yeah.
Being fucking
dickheads.
Yeah, and
with tigers.
There's a it's not. I anticipated it being better than it was, based on the reviews from Joe Rogan and so forth, saying how good it was. So I watched it, waiting for something really good to happen, and it was not that good, man.
I think you know what spurs this stuff on as well, and I was thinking about this because of the that movie with Sandra Bullock last year or the year before,
the blindfolded one.
Yeah, what was it called? Bird Box or something, and all the memes that came out around that.
Right
now.
Oh, there's been so much for Tiger King.
Yes. Now I think this is a Netflix marketing plan.
But not just them. Like Jade's sister, Courtney, who did our logo for this. Yeah. She fucking designed a T-shirt which has the head of the main Tiger King guy with the fucked up mohawk and stuff. Yes. And saying "fuck Carol Baskin," who was his nemesis in the show. But that's what it says on the T-shirt. It's pretty cool.
No, that's cool.
Just kind of cartoonised his face.
But that's what happens. If you can get traction with a couple of those memes, I guarantee they would have been started by someone in a marketing department in Netflix. Yeah, maybe. Same with the Birdcage ones, the Bird Box ones. Right. And then they go viral. If they're lucky enough to go viral, then they've got it made. Everybody
wants to watch it.
Everybody wants to watch it.
That's millions of eyes on it, millions of views.
And imagine the merch. Like there's so there's obviously instances like Jade's sister. So I was going through back. Speaking of Jade's sister, what's her name again?
Courtney.
I was going back through episodes, and there was that discussion about Courtney getting a sex change. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember that? I can't remember what the impetus was.
Was it my sister? It was my sister doing.
Oh, was your sister getting a sex change?
Yeah.
All right, I didn't know someone was transitioning.
I don't know why. Why did that come up? I can't remember, but it was my sister.
She was the one that had an affair with her uncle or something.
What?
She didn't her uncle or friend. She used to sit on your friends or her uncle's
yeah, mate. She was fucking 5 or 6.
Oh, well,
we used to go to friends of our family who had daughters, three kids of their own, 2 daughters and a son, and the dad used to kind of encourage my sister, a little girl, to sit on his knee.
Fucked up, man.
And she felt uncomfortable. So my parents just said, "Oh,
cut them off.
We're gonna, Fuck and then some short period of time after that, we moved to a different city. So it wasn't difficult to maintain that cut off.
Did anything ever come out? Was he with pedo or something?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Bianca's favourite word at the moment. It's a bit upsetting.
Pedo.
If I come in to give her a kiss goodnight, she's, "Get out of here, you pedo!"
Oh my god.
Oh, Bianca, thanks a lot.
Have you seen? Do you like Ricky Gervais?
Yeah, of course.
Have you seen his show Afterlife? I think it's called, where he's.
I've seen the first season. It's great.
Yeah, so you've seen the bit where where there's a little fat kid that's a bully in the school.
That's
bullies his nephew.
That's right.
Pushing him around.
Yeah.
And the kid calls out something to him like, "Go fuck off! You go away, you pedo!" And he's like, his response is, "If I was a pedo,
I wouldn't pick someone as fat like you, fat and ugly like you." Yeah. So the new season of that coming out.
I've started watching this season too.
He's great.
Yeah, I've seen.
Did you see? You would have seen the Golden Globes. It's a while back.
Oh,
now.
brilliant!
He's great.
I watched his speech, his opening thing, recently, only a few days ago.
Right, it's great.
It actually is there's a clip on YouTube of just everything that he says.
Yes.
So it cuts as soon as he introduces someone to come on the stage. It cuts to the next clip of him speaking.
This is the thing with Gervais is people think he's a bit of a dick, and he's not a nice person. There's a great podcast with him and Sam Harris, which is really worth listening to, because he's a really nice guy. He donates a lot of money to charities,
Right?
and he keeps saying, he just reminds people, this is fucking comedy, guys.
Yeah.
I don't mean it. I don't want, he's a comedian.
Yes.
And his comedy tends to be a bit harsh on people.
Yeah, but that's because Americans can't handle that.
They can't.
Americans don't, unless it's a roast show where everyone goes into it knowing that's what's
That's the
going to happen.
parameters and it's defined. And yes.
And also the other exception to this is comedians who joke around and bait each other amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan and Chris D'Elia and all of them. They take the piss out of each other constantly.
Yeah.
They do it. We, as Australians and New Zealanders and English, do that as a form of comedy in everyday life.
Yeah, that's right.
All the time.
Yeah.
Americans do not because they're so ego-driven
and insecure. Yeah.
They think that we're number one.
What's that champion mentality? So you can't laugh at yourself, or even people.
He's hilarious when he does that to Americans.
Yes. Yeah. It's just it's highlighted in the difference between the English, his original version of The Office, and the American version of The Office, which is the English version is so dark, and
cringeworthy.
Yes,
not slapstick, shitty.
No.
You know who else actually does that is Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Have you seen that show of his, Between Two Ferns?
Yes, it's great.
And he, with a deadpan face, takes the piss
and it's painful to watch sometimes.
Oh, it's so... Have you seen the Brad Pitt one?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Have you seen Charlize Theron?
No.
Oh, please watch that.
He does Bill Clinton's wife. He interviews her.
Hillary, yeah.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, he's done Obama. Obama's been on.
Oh, he's done so many
But
people.
the one with Charlize Theron...
It's Marky Mark he's done.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
And
you got to watch the Brad Pitt one.
Okay, I will. He's constantly the butt of his own jokes.
Yes.
I guess he doesn't care.
Yes, he's brilliant like that. So he does that. He does that too, and he's American.
Yes,
but
it's few and far between.
That's right.
Yeah. Even more so, I find the successful black celebrities really can't look at themselves in any way other than a flattering light. You look at anyone, like I try to you look at if you watch any of the David Letterman show, the new one he's got called my next guest needs
big beard.
Yeah, my next guest needs no introduction.
I have seen some of that. Yes,
it's got Jay-Z on there, it's had Kanye on there, and they're all.
I've seen the Kanye one.
Oh man, it's just nonsense.
Oh, that was rubbish. Wasn't it?
But even Jay-Z's as well. Like these, I don't know. They're very, super successful, super talented people. But man, you're not God. Relax. You can joke at yourself. I like that. Right. That's why I like the English humor a little better. And
yes,
there's a few Americans that can actually take the piss out of themselves. What's the word? Self-deprecating.
Adam Sandler makes jokes about himself too.
Well, he's humble. There's some great there's some actors roundtables. A couple of actor roundtables that I watched by the Hollywood Insider or something.
Right.
And they're heavyweights. Adam Sandler. What's the guy on the island? Castaway.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. These people, huge Hollywood stars, and Adam Sandler's just there like being Adam Sandler. Go, I don't know you guys. Like, I'm not an actor. I'm just making shit up as like he's just so humble and
right.
It's really attractive to see that.
Yes.
Rather than seeing someone that's, I don't know.
I haven't seen that.
I'll send you some of it. It's pretty cool. Like there's another one with De Niro and a few other people. De Niro just goes off on this big anti-Trump rant. Hates, you know how much De Niro hates Trump.
I can't see him taking the piss out of himself.
No, he's very serious.
Nor someone like Samuel L. Jackson. Just can't see it happening.
No. But
too serious.
Leonardo and Brad Pitt do a bit. Did you listen to the podcast with him, with Mark
Maron?
Did you listen to that?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that.
They're joking about Brad Pitt's relationship issues over the years.
Oh, yeah.
I saw. I was watching Samuel L. Jackson in something last night. Actually, it was a movie.
Oh, he's a great actor. Love him.
He, by his own admission, and Michael Caine's like this as well. Samuel L. Jackson, he said many times he'll do a movie anywhere, anytime, as long as he gets paid. He doesn't even care.
Right.
Like he's made some fucking clangers. Snakes on a Plane.
But that's become a hit. Like that's
Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah, that's like a what do they call it when it's like a
cult
classic. Cult classic. Yeah.
He was in one last night called Barely Lethal.
I've seen it.
It's terrible.
I think
With Jessica Alba, and Samuel L. Jackson is like the head of the undercover agency.
Oh no,
little girl.
I've seen it on there, but I didn't actually watch it.
Bad. Then he can do that. Then he can do Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I know.
And I heard earlier that you said that your wife to be hasn't actually watched it.
Pulp Fiction? No,
Yeah, that's scandalous.
Jade hasn't watched Pulp Fiction, but she's only born a couple of years before it came out, though.
That's no excuse. My daughter's watched it.
It is no excuse.
Jade, watch Pulp Fiction. Do yourself a favour.
I brought the title up the other day, and she said, "I've not watched it." But then again, sometimes there are things that she thinks she's not watched, and then when I put it on, she's like, "Oh yeah, I've seen this."
What's with that, man? Gabriella's the same. That fucking baffles me. Gabriella can be halfway through a movie.
It is halfway through, yeah.
Halfway through a movie and go, "Oh, I've seen this."
It's got to be
a female thing.
It's a female thing.
You know why? Because they're usually doing 5 different things while
they don't take notice of what the movie's called.
No.
And probably, like you say...
Don't know the names of the actors.
And don't miss the first quarter of it because they're doing something else on the phone, sending fucking Instagram posts or something.
It's a weird thing, man. Like
that happened recently.
Constantly with Gab.
I was actually watching something just the other day, just like a day or two ago, and that exact thing happened.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is right now off the top of my head.
Yeah. I just finished reading this book called The Lebs.
The Lebs?
Yes, by a guy called Michael Muhammad Ahmed. I think he's Lebanese, obviously. Great read. It's set in just post 9/11. Actually, 9/11's happened. It's set at Punch Bowl Boys.
Right.
And
that's good.
Yeah, it's about this kid, this Lebanese boy who's a teenager, who's he reads, he's sensitive, wants to do acting, and he's reading books and reading Shakespeare and philosophy and things like that, and he's surrounded by these guys that just want to
thugs,
basically, yeah, and heavy anti-Australian, heavy pro-Muslim influence. So 9/11 happens, and they're all cheering in class.
Right.
They're all cheering about it. And then it describes how they go out and they go to the train station, hit on the girls, and they hit on the white girls, but they bang the white girls. But if you sleep with a girl, they're a slut, and they only want to marry a Lebanese girl. They'll sort of fuck white girls, but they'll only marry a Muslim girl. And it's he's obviously lived it. It's really well written.
I knew a Lebanese guy who was a train guard, and he told me about another. Well, he claimed it was another Lebanese train guard who said,
asking for a friend.
Who said to it could have been him. He said to some white girl, he grabbed his dick and said, "Why don't you come over here and feast on the Middle East beast?"
Yes. Well, some of them are successful. She probably did.
Maybe she did.
It's that painful time. So there's all that stuff going on in the kid's life. He's trying to get laid.
I want to read it. Can I borrow it?
Of course.
Yeah, I'll borrow it. I'll read it.
It's a good book.
I'll read it in a day. 2 days.
It's and he's in love with his teacher, and I sort of relate to some of it. Like he's surrounded by these thugs, and he's in like English class and things like that, and he really wants to do well, and he's attracted to these girls, but the girls aren't interested because the girls are only interested in the
bad boys.
The bad boys who are already fucking been kept down a couple of grades and are fucking morons.
Right.
But they've already got a car.
Yes.
And these girls, they chat to the nice guy, but then they'll go for a drive in the other guy's car and suck his dick.
Mm.
Yeah. Still fucking dirty about that. But yeah, no, borrow the book. Good read.
You're still dirty about that, about other boys having cars at school and you didn't.
I can relate to that period of my life when I was like about grade 10.
Yeah.
Actually, no, grade
15.
9, 10. Yeah,
15,
yeah. Because they'd all dropped out by junior. Most of them didn't finish junior. They'd repeated a couple of times, but caused us hell in grades 8, 9, and some of 10.
Mm.
And you know, they had their license. What's license 16? Yeah.
Yeah, what it was.
And they, you know, so they pick up girls. I remember there was a girl who she actually killed herself later, but she used to one of the guys would pick her up in a van, his dad's combi van, and there'd be 3 or 4 other guys, and they'd pick her up and they'd all bang her and then drop her home. I never got invited.
Were they Lebanese?
No, there's no Lebanese in Townsville at the time.
Right.
Just Aboriginals and
you never got invited.
I never got invited.
And the girl was willing.
Yeah, but then she topped herself. So there's obviously some issues going on there.
Years later, or?
No, while we were still at school. So, like, I mean, I think if a girl's running a train on a girl when she's, 16, 17 by other kids the same age, there's something going wrong there, don't you think?
Yeah, but probably that wouldn't have been the first incident.
Oh, I think there was probably trauma that led it. Look, I'm all for girls getting fucking gangbanged if it's but if they're of age and consensual and they're, maybe they've experienced a bit of life and, it's actually not being coerced into it.
Yes.
Where am I going with this?
You're all for it, right?
I'm all for it.
As long as everyone's willing.
Yeah, as long as everyone's willing and happy and
yes.
I can film it. No, but
show me your collection later.
No, but I think if a girl's doing that at that age, there's probably issues there. Well,
clearly there's issues.
Kill herself.
Yes, no doubt. There's a history. There's a past that she's experienced.
Bad things can happen sometimes.
Bad things can happen.
Did you have any horror stories at school? Like,
not that I was subject to personally experienced, but I never heard about anything like that going, any sort of,
nefarious activities.
Pedophile, rape sort of stuff going. Actually...
Well, this wasn't pedophilia. These people were all of age. Like, it was all...
Actually, there was a thing at my school, at my high school. There was a thing, we had an assembly about it. Apparently there had been a party the weekend before, or a week before or something, where some girl was drunk and passed out in a room, and there was a queue of guys lining up, right? And it got found out because a girl said, "Oh, is this the queue for the toilet?"
And someone said yes.
And the guy was like, "No."
Oh.
And then it was a queue of guys lining up to have their turn with this girl who had passed out.
Yes.
And I was, at the time, I was playing rugby for the school's first 15, and I was, I received, people kind of said, "Oh, it was rugby guys," but it was nothing to do with me, and I don't think it was anything to do with any of my team.
Right.
But
they're all buggering each other.
Not at that. No, not that I know of anyway.
Okay, yeah, sure.
No. We were too focused. We were in the zone. We were playing rugby. We all wanted to be All Blacks at age 17.
I remember some girl. There's some amazing waterfalls and rainforest areas outside of Townsville where we grew up. One called Crystal Creek and a couple of other ones, and they're beautiful, like out of a picture, over these rocks.
Yep.
And one girl got trapped in some rocks and drowned.
Oh shit!
Like trapped under some rocks, and then there was a meeting. I remember them talking about it at an assembly. It's weird.
Yeah, actually, a couple of deaths, car accident deaths in my school.
Yeah. I lost my license when I was 17, driving home from I think I've told you before, driving home from a school concert. I had like 6 kids in the car in my dad's old Holden Kingswood station wagon, and a drum set and about 6 kids, and I'd been drinking passion pop all night, and got
over the limit.
Yeah, I was drinking under the stage after the concert.
Yes,
with some girls, and they all got in the car with a few of my mates, and I was swerving across, pulled over, and got I remember it was a 3-month suspension and $250 fine.
You only just got your license too, presumably, right?
Yeah, it was 0.08.
I don't know what that means.
Well, 0.05 is the legal limit.
Okay.
You don't know about that?
What's the legal limit for a fucking 16-year-old or 17-year-old or whatever?
Well, now it's 0.
Right.
Now it's 0, but back
there
then
was no division of.
No, it was back then. It wasn't even provisional license then. You just got your license.
Yes, that's
on a piece of paper, a card.
Same.
Yeah,
in New Zealand. Yeah.
When
you signed.
That's right.
That was your ID.
That's
There's
right.
no photo.
No photo.
No.
No fucking hologram.
A piece of paper though that you couldn't tear. It was like.
It was cardboardy.
Yeah, it was reinforced with some special material.
Gabriel got hers, and you just drove around with a copper, the local copper, and they gave you a license.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. They brought that system in of learner licenses and provisional license when I was a teenager, but I'd already gotten mine.
Yes.
Yeah, I just scraped in. So it was like mid-80s, 88 or 89 or something. They changed the rules there.
We had this Holden Kingswood. It was one, with the bifold back door. You roll the window down. So like it came down. It was like a station wagon.
Yes.
And it came down, and you rolled the window down, came down, and then you folded it out. You remember that?
Folded what out?
The tray back, the back door.
Oh yes. Yes.
And you could turn the car on without the key. So the ignition was like a metal on each side. You put the key in, but you could turn it on and start the car without the key. Right. So we go to parties, and we'd all be getting drunk, and you'd be with some girl, and then you turn around, the car's gone, and someone's taken off with your car, and then bring it back and go for a joyride. It's called a tank.
What are they taking their car away for?
Oh, they take the car because they're probably trying to take the girl for a spin.
Right.
It was all about. Has anything changed? It was all about pussy, wasn't it? It was all about trying to maneuver a situation where you could be alone with a girl, a willing girl.
Yes. I remember those in-car adventures.
Yeah. Well, another girl that I'd given the key. I'd let my mate John, I think, was driving, and I remember I was with another girl called Libby, who was, we were on the floor of the back seat, going for it.
While the car was driving. 2
or 3 mates in the front because it was a bench seat.
Yes.
Hands down each other's pants. Like
Kingswood. Is that what it was?
Holden Kingswood.
Yeah. Big car.
Just going for it.
Big
while
car.
3 mates were in the front.
Were you on the actual seat?
No, well, we started on the seat, started being civilised, and we started passion, and we ended up on the floor.
Actually having sex? Not quite.
Not quite. I don't think there was any penetration, but it was getting pretty steamy.
Yes. But that sort of thing happened regularly with mates in another part.
Well, I didn't do it with mates. You might know. But I did it with girls.
With mates witnessing, basically.
Yeah.
What I mean.
Yeah. Ah, those are the days.
Yeah.
We could reminisce for hours, Kev.
We could.
We're running out of time.
Stories are coming through. Yeah.
We'll leave it till next time. So episode 49, we're getting close to the big 50.
We are. I am.
You are.
I am.
Anything else you want to add?
So the next episode will be 49. My next birthday will be 49.
Yes. Before we tell you to like, share and comment and subscribe, we've got to let you know, we're recording this, but we don't know if we've got a platform to release it on yet, because fucking YouTube has blocked our videos to private, which means no one can watch them except us. Because I'm pretty sure it's because of our latest COVID information update.
Yeah, they weren't too pleased with our suggestion that you could have a Dettol enema to get rid of COVID.
Save me. You and I haven't got COVID.
No.
Stands to reason.
It's 100% of our sample survey is working.
We went through a lot of Dettol.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll try to figure that out in the meantime. In the meantime, we'll definitely be posting on Instagram. Well, I'll be posting because Kev doesn't do shit. I'll be posting updates on Instagram. So yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit us up, tell your friends.
And hopefully we'll work this out.
Tell your mum.
Tell your mum. No, don't tell your mum.
Peace out.
Stay away, mums.